What's up, Doc? Welcome to the Docs Get Money podcast. Are you a badass doctor killing it professionally and has bigger dreams than just clocking in and out of the hospital? Do you want to leave behind a legacy that is as lit as an HBCU homecoming? Want to know how other doctors are getting to the big bag? That's right, making 5, 6, and 7 figures without putting on the white coat? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you're in the right place. I'm your host, Kimberly, but you can call me Kim or KB. I went from being a burnt out and overwhelmed emergency physician to the founder and CEO of 2 6-figure non-clinical companies and beating burnout along the way. I'm also your business coach, here to help you make money moves to change the world. This podcast isn't just about making money, though. It's about leveling up your life, mindset, and bank account so you can build an empire that's as iconic as Beyonce. You ready? Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Docs Get Money podcast. It's me, your girl, Dr. Kim. So I'm back with another episode. And today I really want to talk about the experience that I had last week at my mastermind. I've never joined a mastermind before. And so I thought that this would be a good episode to share a little bit about my experience, about what happened at the mastermind, what even is a mastermind, how potentially you can join one, etc. But just a little bit, I guess, just catching you up on life a little bit. I'm in Memphis right now. It's actually a really beautiful morning today. I have had a busy week so far. I was supposed to be having a masterclass a couple of days ago, but I had to cancel it last minute because I woke up really, 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 really sick. And so I had to cancel it. And then I was out of town to support a mentee of mine. So I had to come back to Memphis, not really feeling my best. And yeah, so my mom was supposed to be coming in town for the holiday, but then she decided last minute to cancel. So that rearranges a whole lot of things in my schedule. So it's just been a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. Before the week got away from me, though, like I said, I wanted to sit down and record this episode because I had an amazing experience at the mastermind in person. We called it a roundtable, an in-person roundtable. And so it was really, really fun and a powerful experience as someone that I think is newer into the world of successful entrepreneurship, I would say. Making more of the significant money in my businesses than the average person typically does, and to be able to work closely with other Black women physicians who also are doing that in their non-clinical businesses has been really, really powerful and really impactful. So yeah, I really thought I would share this experience with you guys, and so you could know a little bit more about it. So you may be wondering, of course, what is a mastermind and what made me even want to consider joining one. So a mastermind is a group of people together that are working around a similar or a common goal, and there are similar experiences in business and trying to elevate to the next one. And so what they do is they come together, meet together, share where they are in business, share their struggles, coach one another, and usually there is a leader. If you pay to join the mastermind, there's the leader, and there's usually some curriculum that goes along the path to get you to a specific goal. So the mastermind that I have specifically joined is called the $500,000 Mastermind. We are all coaches of some sort, and we are all looking to grow our businesses from at least $100K all the way up to $500,000. That is crazy to say, and I feel so blessed and honored to actually be at this point. I think that as I'm sitting here thinking about it as I'm recording this, I guess I never really thought about that I have created not one, but two six-figure businesses and on my way to three. And so I'm just wanting to take a moment of gratitude for that because I remember there was a point not too long ago when I was really struggling and I really was not happy with medicine alone. And I didn't know what else I could be doing. And I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't have the words for that. And so I struggled to find that identity in what I was trying to be and to find the revenue that supported that. And so to now have not one, like I said, but two, soon to be three successful six-figure businesses, that's not to be taken lightly. So I am just to want to take a moment of gratitude with that and to be in the room with other, again, Black women physicians that have done the same. I found out about this mastermind because I've been in a specific coaching container for almost a year now. And so I've had success in the container. And so this was the next level that was offered to me. I'm still being coached in a group coaching atmosphere, which I really, really enjoy. But this is a very much more personal, intimate experience. Take a step back. I know we're talking about masterminds, but I'll just say my journey with coaching has typically been in small group experiences where I am brought in with a cohort of people. We get to know each other. We're working towards a goal. We're going through a curriculum with each other. And I really have enjoyed having that kind of small group camaraderie. I find that like throughout my life, if I really think about it, I've always done well in small groups. I've gone to small elementary schools. Fisk is a small university. Even when I was in my master's program, yes, I went to the University of Florida, but my actual program in and of itself and my concentration was very small. So I've always thrived in smaller groups. And so having this mastermind experience and having this group that I'm a part of has been very helpful, even just the smallness of it. The tight knit group I feel more comfortable to share about my struggles with business, where I'm going, where my feelings are, and open to hearing the suggestions and hearing the thought patterns and the thought processes that my both my leader, my coach, and my fellow mastermind cohort is offering me as well too. So that's another benefit to joining a mastermind. Sometimes, I mean, it depends on the size of it, but this small group I find is good for me and the way that I learn and that I work best basically as a human being. So if you're interested, if you're currently in business and you're thinking about joining a mastermind, if you're currently working with a coach, a lot of times coaches will have that as a next level with working with them, or they can recommend someone that you can find a mastermind with if you ever wanted to do that. But that's been kind of my personal experience and how I even joined this mastermind. So let me just kind of tell you a little bit about how it's been. It's not just the in-person experience. We have calls twice a month virtually, and then we meet in person quarterly. And so this was our first quarterly in-person meeting. It's been great to have the calls every other week to touch bases with everyone, to know kind of what's going on. And then we're also working on specific goals to get our businesses to $500,000. It's not like we're just sitting there talking about all these things. We have a strategic curriculum that our coach has provided for us that we are going to do to scale our businesses to a $500,000. So right now we've been really working on the foundational curriculum and what we're actually teaching and how we're actually working with our clients and our businesses to make sure that they get the results that we can basically build a successful business off of. And so that's been really good. I feel like even right now, my clients are benefiting from the things that I'm doing in the mastermind, as far as looking at from side hustler to CEO, what when I'm teaching in the first 90 days, what the goals are for the first 90 days, and then also looking at the second half of the program and what's the back half of it and how I can better serve and teach my entrepreneurs how to run their business effectively, how to know their numbers, how to thrive, as well as just run a business that is seamless and effective and as automated as possible as well too. That's really what I enjoy doing the most and what working with this mastermind has really brought to me. It's also helped me to continuously check my brain along the way and trying to recognizing old traumas and old patterns that have happened to me in business, because if we want to talk about it, there are traumatic things that happen to us in business. A lot of times we are not entrepreneurs, or we have held back on our journey because we have told ourselves different stories like we are not good at business. I don't know my numbers. I never was good at math. I don't have an MBA. We're telling us ourselves all of those things. And so even when you do overcome those limiting beliefs, then you still have to go into, the action of being the entrepreneur and still checking those beliefs, because they're still going to come up and your brain is still going to remind you of that. So I remember, in July when I first launched my business coaching offer, from side hustler to CEO, I had a lot of success, but that also came with me not expecting that and not having the systems and the emotional capacity to deal with that. And so I see that coming up again now, only because I've been able to bring some things that are happening currently in the business to my mastermind. And thankfully, they were all there when I was going through those things when I first launched. So it's just been a really good experience to have a mirror, to have women that are in the same stage as me and can help me to reflect back on what's going on, and so that it can build me to be a better entrepreneur, a better business owner, a better coach, hey, even a better CEO of Sherwood Properties. I've been able to just check my brain and see so many different things in business better because I have other people to talk to and talk with about. So, okay, so I'm trying to tell you about how it was in person. That was a whole thing as well too. I want to brag and just like I love the in-person experience so much. Okay. So, I told you about the schedule. I'm sorry. I guess got really excited and really carried away. I told you guys about the in-person experience. I'm sorry, the schedule. So let me talk to you about the in-person experience. So we flew down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is near the hometown or where my coach lives, and we stayed at the W Hotel at the Fort Lauderdale in Fort Lauderdale. It was like a Wednesday to a Friday, really really cool, really beautiful hotel. It had a spa, so I ended up checking in a little bit early. My room wasn't ready just yet, so I had a spa service, had a very nice massage, ate some nice snacks and fruit, then got like a body treatment, took a nice steam shower, and my room was ready by the time I was finished with my spa treatment. Then I was able to go to my room. I had a beautiful ocean view room. I had a nice balcony out there. I was able to just like hear the ocean and let the wind blow. When I say that the accommodations were incredible, they were incredible. And that was just me just checking in. So I was really, really pleased and felt so bougie. And I kept telling my coach Kim this. I was like, girl, this makes me feel so good. Like it's like me, honey. Like I like a real bourgeois experience. So, like I said, the accommodations were very very nice. I really enjoyed my room, and plus, because I'm a Marriott girl, so that was exciting as well too. Got some extra points for that. And yeah, so then that night, the first night, we all just got together, met in the lobby, and we walked over to a restaurant for dinner. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It was a seafood restaurant. probably about like a 5 to 7 minute walk from the hotel. It was a very nice ambiance, really nice experience. It was good to see everybody, of course, in person. I've known all of them and met them all individually in person before. One of us, or Dr. Daya, who's been on the podcast, and I have known each other, of course, because we're both emergency physicians. And I've met my coach in person before she became my coach at a conference back in 2019. And then I met Dr. Shanika, who will also be on the podcast. I met her in person for the first time last year at the NMA conference, but we had connected with each other virtually over some things that she helps me with Sherwood Property. So, anyways, I had known all of them in person, but it was really, really good to not just see them on a Zoom screen, see them in person, be able to touch them, be able to squeeze them, be able to say, "Oh, girl, your hair look good, you look good," but where your outfit from, and just really just to connect with each other. Of course, with COVID, it's been hard to like really just see people in person. I'm glad that the world is mostly back to normal and we're able to connect and see each other and not have to worry about social distancing or anything else anymore. So it's always good to see the girls in person. And then, like I said, the accommodations were great. I will have to say, I don't know what came over me. Dinner was good, but my stomach got a little upset. I don't know if it was like from traveling or what have you. But like I said, I really enjoyed dinner. We were able to go back and I was pretty much wiped out after dinner. I just got on the phone, talked to my boo, and I ended up going to sleep. The next morning though, it was a full day of our actual mastermind. And so the day started pretty early. When I tell you my coach, though, got it down to the T, she hired a private chef to come to her suite to cook us meals every breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had little snacks, fresh fruits for snacks in between. We had a photographer to come to take pictures. We learned, we kind of shared where we are. We brain dumped, we did thought work. It was such an elevated experience, and just sitting there having the conversations that we were having was just so powerful for me. I just kept having a surreal experience in the fact that I never thought that something like this was achievable for me. First of all, I didn't think Black women did things like this. I didn't know that masterminds existed. And when I did, I didn't understand why people pay good money to be a part of them. And to sit here now and to understand what a mastermind is and what it does and what it has been doing for me. If nothing else, if I don't directly see a dollar amount, if it's always going to be for me the impact of being around other people in similar stages in business and being open enough to the group to submit where I am and to be very honest and to receive coaching, another thought, another perspective in the benefit of me and my business. And that is something that I believe is truly worth paying for. This is a way that I have been able to invest not only in myself, but like I said, my businesses and where I want to take them. And so I just want to again reflect and have a lot of gratitude about this moment because, like I said, I didn't even think that this existed, would be something that I would be a part of, would want to have in my life. Like my mind has been blown away. And then not only that, but just to know that this type of community, these type of experiences is not new. It's new to the Black community. It may be newer to Black women, but white communities, business owners, high-powered CEOs have been doing this for years. And if you are not exposed to this, because we're not, as usually as physicians, we are head to our books, trying to get through anatomy and physiology and, past step 1 and step 2, we're not taught anything about business, then we're never going to know about this. And so, again, I just want to say the rarity of this, just the absolute spectacular nature of this. And then the ability, I'm so grateful for the ability to be able to invest in myself. And I think that is what makes me more successful as an entrepreneur versus the average person. And that's what will make you more successful than the average entrepreneur, the average physician out here, is if you are willing to invest in yourself in that level, and if you're willing to believe that you can create that level of wealth outside of your medical degree, then you can. And you will then start to attract a community of people that will support that vision and that goal. So you have to believe that first, that this is something that is accessible to you and that you can do this, and you will have the support there to support you once you get there at the 4, 5, 6, and 7 figure businesses that you're trying to grow and you're trying to run as well too. So when I was at the mastermind, I told you we worked on a lot of different things. I'll get very specific about what we worked on. We worked on more so our intellectual property, what we were creating in our business, what we were teaching our clients, and also creating sales and marketing opportunities around those things. I am excited that I have an opportunity. I want to do a challenge. And so I was able to structure that challenge while I was at that mastermind and really get feedback and insights from my coach. And like I said, the other coaches who are in my mastermind as well with me to really work on that. I'm excited to deliver that. I haven't picked dates just yet, but that is upcoming soon. It's something in a new way for me to put the business out there, to put from side hustlers to CEO in the world, and offer it to you all, my audience, my community, and being able to engage with how it works and just the behind the scenes of it all. So I'm really excited to really teach that challenge. And when I have that upcoming soon, I will tell you guys all about that. Yeah. So I guess I will just end off this podcast by just saying, um, you know, if you are considering joining a mastermind, I would strongly suggest doing that. If you are at a level in business where you are not finding any other people that are at your same level of revenue, and you're looking to scale and looking to grow your business rapidly, I would strongly suggest that you consider joining a mastermind. Having multiple eyes and minds on your business is better than hiding under a bushel. Most of the time that or any of the times that I've ever had success in my life is when I've reached out and asked for help and asked for community support, and realized that, it's not just me that is doing everything, but I really look to other people to help support me. Yes, I'm at the end of the day, I am the CEO, so I do make the final decisions, but I do not hold all of the belief that I am the end all be all and I know everything that there is to know to improve my business, if that makes any sense. So it's very, very good to have other people, other minds on your business. It's also great to have a community, because as you know, things get tough. Things get lonely out here when you are, trying to launch, and most people are like, why are you talking about launching? And why are you not picking up an extra shift in the hospital? What's going on? To have other people that can relate to where you are and you can go to when you are in a lower moment, or maybe you're having a struggle, that's very important as well too. I would say if you want to make sure that a mastermind is right for you, if you have heard about a mastermind, someone else that's in a mastermind, ask them about it, ask them their personal experience, maybe ask for recommendations. If you have a coach, like I said, that offers a mastermind, definitely speak to your coach about it. Speak to maybe some of their current mastermind members and ask them what's going on. But when you join one, the best thing that I would say to prepare yourself is just to be open and be ready to share and to be vulnerable. Be able to trust the community and the container that you are joining and that you are experiencing. And that's just the best way to get the most out of it, and prepare to be just action oriented and to implement what you have, what you learn along the way, and take any feedback or criticisms, not personally, but objectively, and just approach it with a lot of curiosity. That's always something that I will say is approach this with a lot of curiosity as well too. So thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Docs Get Money podcast. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you in a mastermind? Have you ever joined a mastermind before? What key things or takeaways have you gotten back from this episode? Or if you've ever joined a mastermind before, what has a mastermind taught you? I'd love to share. So please drop me a line on Instagram or hit me up on my website. And until next time, I'll see you back with another episode of the Docs Get Money podcast. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to the Docs Get Money podcast. New episodes drop every Thursday wherever you find your favorite podcast. Share, comment, follow, and subscribe to the Docs Get Money podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And if you want to know more, visit me, Dr. Kimberly Brown, at KimberlyBrownMD.com, and be sure to follow me at Dr. Kimberly B on Instagram. And until next time, let's go get this money, honey.